Hey there, Rippers. Welcome back to the bench. Today we've got kind of a mail call day, right? And I want to share a little story real quick first before we get into mail call. This isn't like something like I got from somebody or I'm asking for anything because, as you guys probably know, I don't have my address out there. I just got an email and stuff like that. And besides, I'm here to give, not necessarily to receive, okay? However, if you guys like to sell, I love things that I can someday use in the room that I'm building for doing videos in. It's actually going to be I'm finishing off the SHTF storage room or whatever you want to call it, but my readiness room. I'm going to kind of make a little area in there for where I can do videos and whatnot and kind of make it a little bit nicer maybe. And, things to hang in the background. I would love that. I think it's awesome. I've had a few things sent in the past. I think it's amazing, and I can hardly wait to have a place where I can hang them and show them off and tell them how much I appreciate all of you, right? So, that being said, about appreciation. Have you ever gone into a store like Walmart or Home Depot or any of those kind of places and, you go, hey, where is the, I need that short, fat little screw, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, that's over on aisle 12. And you're like, okay, I've already been on aisle 12 walking around, right? And they go, yeah, no, it's over there down low on the left. And so you go and you search some more and you can't find it. And eventually you walk out upset or you go find a manager, right? Well, I always take the time that when I find somebody that really truly knows what customer service is these days, something I think people have forgotten is how to just take some time to help somebody else. Heck, I've been in stores and when people have questions or are looking for something, I help them find it and I don't even work there. So, because you know what? It makes me smile and it makes me warm inside, right? And that's all that matters. And of course that you're helping somebody else. So that being said, whenever somebody does me a solid or has good customer service or really treats me well with respect and kindness, well, I make sure to let their boss know or manager know or even just the world in this case know just how well I was treated and that I appreciated it. If I was in Home Depot or something like that, I've on many occasions asked for a manager and you should see the looks on their face. At first, it's like looks of worry, like what did I do wrong? But then when I get their manager and tell them, you know what? You've done a great job training this employee right here. And I got to tell you how much I appreciated the way that they helped me in the store. And if you keep doing this, you'll be successful. And I tell you what, that manager couldn't appreciate it more. And the employees just glowing at that point, probably ask for a raise next time. And he deserves it if they're willing to take the time. I love it when somebody goes, you know what, that's over in aisle 12. Why don't we go over there and help you find it? They help me find it. And then the next question they ask is, hey, what else can I help you get? And they go around the store, help me find things. Saves me time from searching around because I hadn't have my glasses on or whatever. And honestly, it makes me have faith about humanity when that kind of stuff happens. So that being said, as you guys know, my Boker USA multi-tool that I carry around in my everyday carry, right in my pocket. Lately, it's actually been in my pocket down there clanging around with everything else because the clip broke. Now, I've had this for many, many, many years, and the clip finally broke. And, most of the time when this happens, I start to worry because I think to myself, oh, man, they've discontinued it. It probably don't have that clip. I'm going to have to make something or just deal with it the way it is with it in my pocket. And before, it had a nice little skinny clip on here, which did just fine. However, I called up Boker thinking, well, you probably don't have this part and whatnot. I don't remember the name of the knife. I explained it to them. They said, oh, I think that's the tech tool, and which it is. So it's like a Swiss Army knife in a way, except a little bit more simplistic in some senses. It has a knife blade, has your pliers there. You got your scissors, right? You've got your bottle opener, wire stripper, flathead screwdriver. And I tell you what, I use every one of these all the time on this certain tool. And I know some of you might say, well, yeah, but a multi-tool is better, right? Like a Leatherman or something like that. And you're right. For heavier work and things like that, it is better. And I do have one of those. But to carry something around light in your pocket that can get the job done, this was perfect for me. And it also had a serrated blade that you can also use for stripping scales off a fish if you wanted, but it's really sharp, so it cuts rope well. Has a tiny screwdriver for little flatheads. Then this is what I love too. It's got a real Phillips that actually works, and it's like a T-handle, and it has my leather punch. Now, oh, and it also has a glass breaker and a lanyard loop. Now, the only thing this doesn't have that I wish it did, and if Boker, if you're listening, where the Swiss Army knife, and I know this sounds silly, but it has the tweezers and the toothpick. I use those all the time with my Swiss Army knives, but that's okay. I kind of like yours too because of the way the pliers are and everything like that. I love that it has a small pair of pliers on there and it has the scissors and whatnot. So anyway, back to the thing. Now, I called up Boker and I said, hey, can I get this? It broke. I'm sure it's not under warranty. And they said, yeah, why don't you look and confirm that's it. Send me a little email with the thing and letting me know if you found, if that's the right clip, and we'll get you taken care of. Well, I did all of that, and sure enough, it wasn't but a little bit later, you can see right there, Boker USA, right, that I got a package in the mail. So let's see. They sent me a piece of paper. That's awesome. I love paper. Anyway, that's probably some sort of just, housekeeping stuff. Anyhow, in here, and I got to tell you, man, this is a nice padded, heavy duty, not the little easy to tear kind of packaging. That in itself says I care about what's in here, even though it's just a little tiny clip, right? So let's check this clip out, right? We got this clip in here, and it is the one. Now, it looks like they may have improved it a little bit, made it a little fatter and whatnot, and more usable, but I tell you what, look at that. It's got a little hole right here so that you can get at the screws when you're tightening them. Look at that. That is a well-built clip. It's all stainless, right? And you can see it's not level right there, so it's going to have some spring tension on it, right? Okay, so that being said, now I got out my little handy-dandy. I keep this by my bedside in a little cup that holds pencils and various other things, right? Toothpicks, that kind of stuff. This is a Kershaw. It's kind of like a micro tool that carries in the handle here a bunch of different blades, or it has different Phillips and flatheads and stuff you can put in the handle. It's all made out of machined aluminum, has a nice clip on it. It says K for Kershaw, and it has these little star bits on there, and it has the tiny ones so you can work on little things in electronics and whatnot, right? So I really like this. I don't carry it in my pocket because there's not really a need to, but let's check out and see what we got here. Well, let's work on this so that we can see what we're doing here a little better. Okay. So we're going to take these screws out. Now, you can tell they had a little Loctite on them to start with, and you can see a little red Loctite on them also. And the nice thing about this is it's kind of magnetic too. So you can see we've got a short, fat screw right there, right? Nothing like a short, fat screw. And then we've got a long, skinny screw. Some people love a long, skinny screw too. So, as you can see there, it had some Loctite on it, and it's longer and skinnier, right? So anyway, and you can see the size here maybe on the paper, the difference in them. Now, I suspect, we'll get that old piece. See, there's the old broken piece. We'll get that out of the way. Now, I suspect that the reason there's a short, fat one and a long, skinny one is because they don't want some sort of maybe interference with the blade on one of them, right? So instead of doing just a long and short screw of the same size, I'm thinking, because then you could get it in the wrong hole because it would fit each hole, right? But I think they made one short and fat and long and skinny so that you couldn't possibly put the wrong screw in the wrong hole. Nobody likes to do that, right? So, and in this case, size does matter, right? Well, let's be honest, size always matters. But that being said, so does technique. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this screw here. We're going to start with the short, fat one because that's the one that goes right here next to the blade. And my guess is that way it doesn't go in too far and interfere with the operation of that flathead. Now we're going to take a little bit of Loctite here, and we're just going to put a little dollop on the end right there, right? And then we're going to take our clip, and we're going to start with that bottom screw so that it's the one we can get some tension on there and get it locked down, right? So we're going to just real carefully get that in here Oh. And make sure not to strip it. If it's not going easy, back up a little bit. Use some finesse. Ease it in there, right? No sense just trying to slam it home and breaking everything. Stripping stuff out is never fun for anyone. Now, we're going to get that one kind of just a little bit tight, a little tense. Not super tight yet, because we want to have some slack in case we need it for the long skinny screw. So now we're going to get this long skinny screw, and we're going to dip it a little bit in that thread locker. Come here, you. And we're going to put it on there. And then we're going to take that one and we're going to stick it in its hole and easily screw it down in there until it gets tense. Then we're going to go back to the other one, give it another good finger tight, and we're going to give this one a good finger tight. And there we have it. Don't strip it out, don't monkey muscle it, don't anything like that. Now, there we go. We've got our clip back on there, ready to go. Got my favorite little thing. It's going to be riding on my pocket again, just like I like it. Nice looking clip. And I got to say, I really appreciate the guys at and gals at Boker USA. And I'm sure they'll appreciate all the jokes that you want to put in that came up in this video in the comment section. But be sure to check them out too. Be sure to check out their products. They got knives of all kinds and more. So you really can't go wrong. They really do treat you right. They really took care of me, and I'm nobody. So if they'll take care of me, well, they'll take care of you even better. So until next time, stay safe, stay secure. Always be aware of your surroundings. And if you have it, wear it. If you wear it, get out to the range and use it. Get good with it. Get some practice in, right? Become proficient and safe. And always be getting ready and prepared for what may be coming or may not in our future. But no matter what, we'll be in a better place if it does. Adios.